a concierge demanding payment for restaurant recommendations, a pool access fee at a hotel you're already paying to stay at, and a checkout process designed to hide charges until it's too late. Vegas hotels aren't competing for your business anymore. They're competing to see who can extract the most money from guests who think they're getting deals. This is where free became extinct. This is where workers learn to monetize every interaction. This is where your Vegas getaway becomes their payday. Here's what we're going to cover. 8 specific hidden fees that hotel workers are trained to collect from unsuspecting guests. Some of these charges aren't even listed in the fine print, but someone needs to tell you the truth about how Vegas hotels have turned basic hospitality into profit centers. Before we start, drop it in the comments. What's the most outrageous hotel fee you've ever been charged? I want to see how creative these places are getting. Let's start with the most notorious charge of them all: resort fees. These are mandatory daily charges ranging from $25 to over $25 that get tacked onto your bill, regardless of whether you use any of the so-called amenities they supposedly cover. I recently spoke with a former front desk supervisor who revealed something shocking. These fees primarily fund basic services that used to be included in the standard room rate. Things like pool access, basic Wi-Fi, and even in-room phones, services that were once standard parts of hotel stays. Here's a real-world example. You book a room advertised at $89 per night. Great deal, right? But then at checkout, you discover a $89 per night. Great deal, right? But then at checkout, you discover a $45 daily resort fee. Your actual nightly rate? $134. That's over 50% more than what you thought you were paying. Hotels love these fees because they make their advertised rates appear dramatically lower while guaranteeing additional revenue. That same front desk worker told me they were explicitly trained to present these fees as standard industry practice when questioned, and to never, under any circumstances, waive them, even for loyalty members. Remember when parking at the hotel you were staying at was free? Those days are long gone in Vegas. Now, expect to pay $15 to $25 per day just to park your own car in the hotel garage. A former valet supervisor explained that this change happened around 2016 when major casino groups realized they were sitting on an untapped revenue stream. The psychology is brilliant. They know you've already committed to staying, so you'll reluctantly pay rather than find street parking miles away. But here's where it gets worse. Workers are trained to push the 35, 35, 35, 50 valet option as only 10, 10, 10, 25 more than self-parking. It's a classic anchoring technique. Make the high price seem reasonable by comparing it to another inflated charge. And don't think those rates are fixed. During weekends and special events, parking fees often double without any advance notice. The same valet supervisor admitted they would routinely raise parking rates during conventions without updating any signage until guests were already pulling in. Imagine paying for a hotel room, then being charged extra to use the pool or gym within that same hotel. That's the reality in Vegas now, with additional charges of $20, $35 just to access facilities you'd reasonably expect to be included. A former pool attendant revealed these areas generate massive profit margins through artificial scarcity. Here's how it works. Hotels offer a limited number of free pool access slots, which fill up instantly. This forces guests into paid premium access options if they want to enjoy the facilities they saw in all the promotional photos. But it doesn't stop there. Some properties now charge 5 minus 5 minus 5 minus 10 for pool towels that used to be complimentary, and staff are heavily incentivized to upsell $200 plus cabanas for what they're trained to call a better experience, meaning you can either roast in the sun or pay up for shade. Have you ever been charged to use a hotel pool you thought was included? Tell me in the comments. I'd really appreciate it if you'd subscribe and share your most ridiculous hotel fee story. It's 2026, and somehow hotels are still charging 10 minus, 10 minus, 10 minus, 20 per day for something that's free at the local coffee shop: Wi-Fi access. A former hotel IT worker explained the industry's dirty secret. The free Wi-Fi option is deliberately throttled to frustratingly slow speeds, making it virtually unusable for anything beyond basic email. This creates the perfect opportunity to upsell guests on premium internet packages for streaming or work. Many properties also impose device limits, charging additional fees if you want to connect multiple devices, say, both your phone and laptop. The same IT worker confessed that hotels artificially limit bandwidth to force upgrades, even though their systems could easily handle normal usage for all guests. The minibar has evolved from a convenience to a trap, Most Vegas hotels now use sensor-based billing systems that charge you for items that are moved, not necessarily consumed. A housekeeping supervisor revealed that simply picking up an item to look at it can trigger a charge on your bill. What's more disturbing is how front desk staff are trained to make the refund process as difficult and time-consuming as possible, hoping you'll just give up and pay. Then there are the hidden restocking fees. Additional charges applied even when items aren't consumed but simply moved. And don't forget the 3,335 daily safe deposit fee that appears on your bill for using the in-room safe, a feature that's often presented as a security amenity, not an additional service. The concierge desk used to be a helpful resource for guests. Now, it's often a commission-based sales center. A former Vegas concierge admitted they receive kickbacks from restaurants, shows, and attractions for sending guests their way. Those perfect restaurant recommendations? They're likely based on which venue pays the highest commission, not what would actually suit your taste or budget. Some hotels have even begun adding mandatory concierge fees to all room bookings, regardless of whether you use their services. Bellhops now expect 5-5-5-10 per bag, regardless of how far they carry them, while room service includes 18 to 22% automatic service fees plus delivery charges, and they still expect an additional tip. Workers are specifically trained to make refusing these additional charges feel socially uncomfortable. Hotels have found another way to monetize time itself through early check-in and late checkout fees, typically ranging from $25 to $25 to $25 to $75 depending on the property. A housekeeping supervisor confirmed what many suspected. Rooms are often ready hours before the official check-in time. Hotels deliberately create artificial scarcity by offering limited, free early check-ins, creating urgency for paid options. Even luggage storage, once a courtesy service, now often comes with fees at many Vegas properties. And if you need to stay past the strict 11 a.m. checkout time, expect to pay half-day rates that can equal or exceed your nightly room cost, even if you only need an extra hour or two. The final category of hidden fees comes from food and beverage services. Restaurant workers revealed that many Vegas hotel restaurants now apply 20 to 25% automatic gratuities on all bills, regardless of party size, often in addition to service charges that don't go to staff. Poolside food and drink come with staggering markups. 300 to 400% increases for items delivered to pool areas compared to the same drinks at the hotel bar. Convention spaces add surcharges for bringing outside food or beverages, even water. Perhaps most deceptive are the complimentary breakfast offers that come with mandatory service charges, often buried in the fine print and only discovered at checkout. Which of these 8 fees shocked you the most? And have you successfully fought any hotel charges? Drop your victory stories in the comments. So now you know the 8 hidden fees that Vegas hotel workers are trained to collect from unsuspecting guests. Every single charge I just described is legal, but that doesn't make it fair. These hotels have turned basic hospitality into profit centers, and workers are trained to make you pay without questioning it. If this information helped you, share it with other travelers. Subscribe for more insider secrets they don't want you to know about the hospitality industry. This information is for educational purposes only. Always read the fine print and ask questions about fees before booking. Knowledge is power when it comes to protecting your travel budget. The best way to avoid hidden fees is knowing they exist before you check in. Stay informed, ask questions, and good luck out there.